I've been holding off on this extension for a while. I've been sitting on it for, I want to say, 8 months. And then I managed to get a pull request accepted into the Joomla core to enable the feature, the functionality within Joomla that would allow me to write this and release it. So I had to adjust a little bit, but I've been holding on to this for a long time, and I'm super excited, and I'm kind of nervous about it because this is complex what this does. So I had to write at least one complete demo piece to release with it, and what I chose was no, I'll get there in a minute. The Fields Subform plugin. There was a lot of comments when I put forward the pull request. The people that if you've never submitted a pull request to Joomla, you have to submit what you want to do, and then make the pull request and explain completely what you're doing and how to test it. But what I was doing was to build the infrastructure so I could release this extension. Somebody else eventually will figure out how to do at least some of this. So, this won't be the only one, but as far as I know, this will be the first complex element form field for the Joomla plug, like a com fields extension. So, anyway, after you submit the pull request, you have to provide, of course, the code changes you're making, and then you have to provide a method and descriptions on how to test it. And both of the people who tested it were super excited to see this, and I'm super excited to finally release it, because now I've had the time to really pick through it and find the pitfalls and like I said, build my demo. The Fields Subform plugin, you install it, you enable it, and yeah, you got nothing here, right? There's no configuration at all for the plugin itself, right? So what it does is it becomes an available field type for users, for contact fields and content fields. So you know what, the people who are looking at this are probably going to know what custom fields are. I'm just going to dive in. Let's do content, because that's where my demo was built, where my demo piece was. This one doesn't work yet. I'm still, there's some stuff that I'm waiting on to figure out. Twitter card. This is my demo of the capabilities of what the subform field can do. So now the subform field itself, it's not a field. It is a bridge to additional code, so you can define your field. So if you look down here, after you have given your field a title and you've chosen the type subform, at that point you are required to define your form source. And as you can see here, this is so the form source derives its path from the Joomla document root. So consider your Joomla document root as the root of all of your subform field directory hierarchy, however you plan on organizing it. I did mine in a this is on my demo server, in a folder called subforms. This particular form is contained within a subfolder called Twitter card, and the actual subform itself is twittercard.xml. That's not the only piece of this extension to the extension. Okay, so what this enables here, in fact, I'm just going to go ahead and go down the rest of the configurations because I can use these to assist in describing what this is capable of. So within the subform package, I'm going to call this a subform package. I haven't named this stuff yet. So I created a subform package that is called Twitter card, and this implements all the stuff that you need to implement Twitter card metadata within your page. So I created the plugin to allow these subform packages to include language files. So you can create one subform package and translate it to many languages, so you don't have to deploy the same field many times because you've chosen to do it in a single language. You can do it pretty easily here with this plugin. The template is for templatized output, and basically you can say no to this and it will output the raw content, which is probably not what you want, but you could. It's going to look like JSON data. Group by field set, that's a subform option, which you can turn on or off. And then multiple true and false. So this subform field supports multiple entries. So you can create a subform and keep on clicking the plus sign. One of the things that I plan on, one of the subforms that I plan on building for this is a YouTube playlist, so that you can just click on, keep on adding YouTube videos, and it will just embed them in its own playlist. That's something down the road. I believe that's all the regular options. Yeah, that's all the regular options. So now let me show you what this looks like. So now Twitter card is not the only thing that this can do. Again, I need to emphasize that. I don't want you to get confused and think, well, why is it called Subform if it does Twitter card? Twitter card is like a plugin that I created, and I'm going to make this available along with this plugin. If you purchase this plugin, it's only $12. If you purchase this plugin, you're going to have access to a library of subform packages that I'm going to provide. And if you feel like providing packages to me to put into the library of packages, then that would be fantastic. So let's go and look at what this looks like. I'm going to go into my lazy load demo. You may have seen this before. So there's the regular content of your. Oh, where's it at? Test, here it is. So here is the subform. We created a field called Twitter card, and this is the subform that was created. And you can choose. I mean, this is really standard subform stuff. If you're familiar with Joomla subforms, then you're going to recognize that I implemented all of the features, all of them. I had this aversion to leaving stuff out. Just it would scratch the back of my head. You missed something. So you fill in all these fields, and let's see, it does the mouse over. What are those called? Tooltips. So then when you save this, and then you view, it creates your metadata. Now that's wholly different from how normal custom fields operate. You create them, and then you can either have them injected before the content, after the content, or injected with the special field ID tags. But That's not the case with this one. You can instruct the plugin to load before or after, and because of the way that the template for the Twitter card package was created, the template output sends it into the head as meta text. So let's look at what one of those templates looks like. You know what? I don't have that window. Give me a second here to get a window loaded for you. I was so excited to make the video, I didn't prepare the window. Sooner or later, I'll get there. I promise. Pardon me. There, and Twitter card. Okay. Here we go. What we've got here, you know what, that's not even any fun. Besides this thing, I sure can. What we've got here is, this is the directory structure of a subform package. There is the XML file. The same name, it must be the same name. This is the template output. We have our standard language file folders. And then these are custom fields that are used within the form themselves. So let's look at this subform here. And I need to add another window. There it is. And if you're familiar with Joomla Form XML, this will look really standard to you. It uses regular Form XML that is common within Joomla. It implements show on. I mean, it implements everything. Like I said, I implemented everything. I'm not gonna show you the template output. It's a bunch of PHP. It's a bunch of PHP that it just injects them. It's a bunch of add metadata tags, a bunch of add metadata methods on JDocument. So it's nothing special. You'll get to see that if you want to subscribe to this plugin to get this functionality for your site, then by all means do it. Something you might also consider, if you come to my site, Richie Web. If you're looking at and I haven't implemented this on all of my extensions yet, I'm working on it. If you want to browse around the site, look at some of the articles, you're going to see in the head this Twitter card data. And that's put in by this plugin, by the Twitter card subform package that I created. Like I said, that one's going to be available. I'm working on an open graph. That one is a little trickier. If you haven't experienced Open Graph, it's a little tricky to try to implement in a subform. I mean, it's understandable. You can write the code by hand easy enough, but to build an automation to do it is a little tricky. But that is it. The field subform plugin. Come check it out.